Hey everybody, I am Jeff Tidball from Atlas Games. Today I want to show you the solo mode of Dice Miner, which is our dice drafting game that is kickstarting right now at atlas-games.com/diceminer. So what you're seeing here is some of the dice from Dice Miner, and then the mountain component. This holds the dice while we draft off of it. This is a 3D print of the deluxe plastic mountain that is in the deluxe edition. It was hand-painted by Atlas Games sales manager Travis Winter. That comes unpainted. It looks great even without painting, but it's a hobby project for people who are interested in that. The standard edition has a constructed 3D punchboard mountain that does the same function. Each Dice Miner games comes with 60 different dice in these 5 different colors. Let me walk you through what those are and what they are for. So the most common kind of dice are the white dice. They are called tunnel dice. They have pips on them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6th face is beer. In fact, every one of the different kinds of dice has one beer face. Beer faces are wild. And so I will show you how those work once we start drafting. These are going to score if you form straights from 1 to 5. They always have to start with 1. The next kind of die is a treasure die. Treasure dice show gems. They are worth the number of points that you can see in gems. So 3, a 1. 3 is the most that is on there. These also have a beer face. Now, if you are able to cache the gems that you draft off the mountain, you'll be able to double their score. That's one of the ways these green tool dice come in. I should mention that the dice that you're seeing here are just hand-built advanced prototypes. These are just stickers on dice blanks. The actual final dice that are in the Kickstarter are engraved and inked as you would expect, not stickered at all. So that is what you are looking at with the final game. So when you pull a gem down off the mountain, if you have space in a chest, you can attach those together and double the value of the gems that you have pulled down. Each one of these tool dice with chests on it can accommodate a number of dice equal to the number of chests that you can see. So this one could take 2 dice, would double those. If you had this set of dice, you would score 8 points from that, 4 times 2. Now, tool dice also can show shields, or they can show pickaxes, and those are useful for neutralizing hazard dice. Hazard dice are these black ones. They've got dragons and they've got cave-ins on them. And shields neutralize dragons. Pickaxes neutralize cave-ins. You are only allowed to pick those hazards down off the mountain if you already have a tool that can neutralize them. So that is one danger to you while you are playing solo mode, is that you'll get stuck with hazards that you can't neutralize. When you do neutralize them, they are worth a number of points equal to the number of icons that you see. So neutralizing 2 dragons worth 2 points, neutralizing 2 cave-ins worth 2 points. The last kind of dice that you have are magic dice. In multiplayer games, those give you rerolls. In solo mode, they let you remove dice from the mountain that would otherwise make you stuck and send them back to the bag. I'll show you how that goes once we get started drafting dice off the mountain here. To start solo mode, you just fill up the bag, take all the dice, put them in the bag. You get 3 magic dice to start. Roll those and see what we get. Anytime you get beer that is wild, you can immediately set that die to any face that you want. So I'm going to go ahead and set that to this 3 magic symbol dice. Having 1 of each kind is a pretty good start. And then you're just going to grab dice randomly out of the bag, shake it all up, and then pour them onto the mountain. The full mountain can take 20 dice. So you just pour them on there and let them fall in randomly. Alright, so when you're drafting dice off the mountain, you are only allowed to pick the dice that are on the top of the mountain. So top means the ones up towards the upper part that will not cause other dice to slide. If I pulled this dice out of here, these 2 dice would fall down. So at the moment, this shield and this beer tunnel are the 2 that I'm allowed to choose from. So how can you pick them? Tunnel dice, you have to pick in straights, and they have to start with 1. Tool dice you can always pick. Treasure dice you can always pick. Magic dice you can always pick. Hazards you can only pick if you have a tool that can accommodate them. So I can always pick this. That's good. That's going to actually be extremely useful to me. This tunnel die Since it's beer, when I choose it, I set it to whatever face that I want. I got to set it to a 1 in this case because that is the only way I can start a new straight. I can always pick this gem. I may hold off on that though to see if I can get these chests first so I can cache those. I can pick this dragon because I have a shield that can neutralize it, so that's good. I can always pick a 1 tunnel. That'll start a new straight. I can always pick magic, so I'll drop that over here. Always pick gem, so I'll pull that one off. That gives me access to this chest, which I'll pull down. I cannot cache a gem that I already had. This one is going to be uncached till the end of the game. But now that I pick this one, I can cache that inside that chest. So that's going to double its value. That'll be worth 2 points. Take this, because I can continue on with a straight that I've already started. I can take this 3 and continue that on. Can always choose magic, so I'll add that to my set of magic here. And at this point, I am stuck because I've got hazards that are blocking all of the dice underneath them, and I do not have any tools that I can use to neutralize them. So now I'm faced with a decision about whether I want to use my magic dice or whether I want to refill the mountain. So in a solo game, you have 2 refills of the mountain that you're allowed to use before you score the game. That's just going to be reaching into the dice bag and pouring back until there are 20 dice on the mountain. When I use magic dice, I send one of these magic dice entirely out of the game, but then I'm allowed to take that many dice off of the mountain and put them back into the bag. So I will see those again later, perhaps. I could make some progress on more tunnels if I got rid of these hazards. And that is probably pretty smart for me to do. So I'm going to choose this 3-point magic. This is removed from the game. I'm never going to see this again, but then I can pull 3 off. So I'm going to take this one, and this one, and this one. I'm sending these back into the bag. I may see them again. So now I can continue this straight. These straights, if I make it all the way to the 5, those will score 5 points at the end of the game for every one of those that I continued. Getting a 3 gem and being able to cache that is worth 6 points, so that is great. The last thing I have to do really is decide whether I want to pull this 4 down and put it here. The calculus here is that if I pull it down, it's 1 more die I'm going to be able to see out of the bag. The bad news about that might be that then both of my straights are going to be at the same place, so I'm only going to be able to use a 5 or a 1 if they are on the next mountain. As it stands right now, I could get a 4, 5, or a 1 out of there. So I think I'm going to leave this 4 in place right now and just move on to refill the mountain. So I just shake up the bag, reach in, pour more dice onto the mountain. So this is my first refill. I get 2 refills in the course of the game. All right, another chest, not too bad. Can always pull tool dice down, so I'll just drop that one there. I don't have anywhere to go with this dragon, and I don't have anywhere to go with this 3 tunnel, so I'm going to be back into my magic dice to clear that stuff out of here. I definitely want that 5 tunnel, so I'm going to use one of these dice showing 2 magic, send that out of the game to get rid of 2 dice. Again, back to the bag. So now I can pull this 3 gem. That's great because I've got a chest that I can cache that in. Super good. I can use this 5. That's 5 points because now I have completed one of my straights. This beer I could turn into a 4 and drop here, but I think instead of that I really want to turn this into a 1 so that I can start building a new straight, because then I can pull this 2 and 3 down off of here. I'm still going to be able to get at this 4. Now I can pull this magic down. I'm going to need that, I assume. And at this point, I'm starting to get stuck because I have no tools that I can use to score any of these hazards. Even though I could set this hazard that's on beer to be whatever I wanted, that's not helpful because I have no tools. I cannot use this 3 tunnel because I don't have a 2. It may be useful to use some magic to get at these beer tunnels, because every time I get a straight to 5, that's good for me because I'm going to be able to score points off of that. And I do have plenty of magic right at the moment. So I think I'll go after one of these for now. So I'm going to spend this 1 point worth of magic. That goes out of the game. Take this 3, put it back in the bag. That will let me take this beer. I can set it to 5. That completed straight is going to be worth 5 points to me at the end of the game. I probably want to leave this magic in place, leave all of those hazards down there at the bottom of the mountain, because what I really want is tools before hazards. And so when I refill that, if I'm lucky, I'm going to wind up with some tools up here at the top of the mountain, and that will be a good picking order. So yeah, I'm going to refill that mountain and see what I can get out of the last one. This is my second of 2 refills, so once I'm done picking here, the game's going to end and I'm going to score it. Okay. Yeah, so there are some of those tools that I was hoping would show up. I can go ahead and grab this pickaxe. That's good news. I can, this is super good. Since this is beer, I can set this to 3 and cache it inside there. That's going to score high. That's wonderful. Now I'm going to need to spend some magic because I do not have a 1 tunnel that I can use to eat up these 2s and 3s that I've got. In order to get a 1 tunnel, I'm going to have to get at this beer die, which unfortunately means that I'm going to have to burn up both this 3 and this 2, because when I spend magic, I have to use the same number of things that it shows. I can't use less, because it would be even better for me if I could leave that 2 on top there, but it is what it is. I'm spending this, pulling these off. They go back to the bag, not that it matters now that I'm on my last refill. Man, and now I don't have any 2s left to get those straights moving. Man, that is what it is. Set that to a 1. That may be an error. I don't know. I'm going to choose this, set it to a 3-point cave-in, and pair it with this pickaxe to score 3 points. That's going to let me choose this pickaxe, which I can then, let's see, this one is fewer points, but it will get me access to a magic die. This one is more points. It will get me access to nothing. It's not totally clear that that magic die helps me, but it might. I'm going to do this. Just pull that off, score 2 points, get this magic die, set it to 3. There's no tools on the mountain anywhere, so all of this stuff is pretty much lost to me, but let's see if I can run some tunnel points up. No, I'm not going to be able to. There's no 5. I would need a 5 and a 2 somewhere on the mountain in order to make it fruitful to carry on. I do have plenty of magic that I could use to throw away enough dice to get at this beer to set to a 2, but even if I do that and we're able to add a 3 and a 4, I can't get that to 5, so I'm not going to be able to score any more points. So although I could spend magic and get some more dice off the mountain, that is not going to be very useful. So this is where I will end my solo game and score it up. So I've got a just a spreadsheet here that I can use to count this stuff up. Neutralized cave-ins. I've got 2 plus 3, 5 points worth of those. Neutralized dragons. I've got 2 points worth of those. I saw all kinds of dragons, but hardly any shields, so I was not able to score much points for them. Uncached gems. There was only 1 of those. Cached gems. I did really well here. I have 10 cached gems, Those all multiply by 2 and get me a ton of points. And then I have 2 completed tunnel runs that go all the way to 5. Those are worth big points. So 38 points is the total of my score in this game of Dice Miner. That is not too bad. That's pretty middling, pretty average. Could have done better, could definitely have done worse. And that is Dice Miner's solo mode. Check it out. Look for our separate videos on how multiplayer Dice Miner goes. Head to the Kickstarter page. You can get there by going to atlas-games.com/diceminer. Thank you for watching. We hope you have enjoyed this playthrough. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.